Hello guys, NautoAis here, and I want to give my thoughts on the state of play of the summer 2025. And I have to say, this was actually interesting to me. It's the same as the last one when they announced Lunar. For this one, they actually announced something that I'm interested in, and some surprises that they finally gave on release date on some other games. So with that said, starting with Luminous Arise, a new Luminous from Enhance, which is the same people who did Tetris and Humanity. So again, a new version of it. It's going to be on the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 2 VR, and I wouldn't be surprised it's going to be on other console. But again, if you played Luminous before, it is the same, but with new fancy graphic, fancy special effects. You know what I mean? That's how those games from Enhance are. So the next one is they finally showed more Pragmata. So they showed this I think 2 years ago, and they kind of apologized on the trailer that it's going to be delayed indefinitely. But now they finally revealed first the gameplay. So you play as an astronaut with a little girl who has, I'm going to assume, psychic power. I don't know what the story is, sci-fi, but it is what it is. And the game's going to come out in 2026. So I have to say this game is actually beautiful. The graphic, the frame rate, the motion, but we'll have to see what this game's all about. So the next one, at first, I thought it's a game from Digital Devolver because it looks like something from a Adult Swim. And then all of a sudden I noticed the gameplay suddenly is like sort of an action game. And in the end, they showed a Grasshopper logo. Yes, from Suda51. They announced a new game called Romeo is a Dead Man. What's it about? I don't know. It's a Suda game. It's always weird. If you played No More Heroes or Chainsaw Lollipop or this type of game, then you know how it's always like out of far reach, weird, out of this world type environment, vibe you're getting, but it's no different than this one there. So the next one, first I thought it was Castlevania. I said, wow, a Castlevania, but there's no Belma, there's no Weep. Maybe it's a spin-off. But no, it's actually more Bloodstained. So this one, apparently, a lot of people said it's a prequel Bloodstained game. Again, I don't know. I don't even know the lore. I do play Bloodstained, but I don't know what the lore to some extent. But apparently this one's sequel looks like it's a bigger budget. So you gotta give credit to Koji, the creator of the Metroidvania type genre with Castlevania Symphony of Night. Of course, you saw the spoiler and the trophies for that game on my main channel. Give props to him and 505 Games for actually making his game come through with Bloodstained. Now there's a prequel game that's going to be probably on PS5, Xbox Series XS, probably Switch to, who knows, but other consoles as well, maybe. Next one is more info about Digimon Story Time Stranger. And yeah, it is about time traveling. And they revealed the date. It's going to be October 2025. Again, if you like RPG Digimon game, here you go. And the good part for this one is it's English dub. Yes, it's English dub. Most of their Digimon game, I know there are some that has English dub, but most of them, they don't. I know the Cyber Sleuth game, they don't. And Digimon Survive also is another one that's not even dub. But this one, yeah, they're going to dub it, hopefully. So props to them. And then the rumors true. So if you follow the NVIDIA leak, there was something about Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. That was like 2 or 3 years ago. People didn't believe it, say, why would you want to remaster this game? But lo and behold, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evilist Chronicles. So from what I understand this game is, it's not just one enhanced version of the game. It's actually, I'm guessing, 3 versions of this game. So there's going to be the PlayStation 1 version, which is the really janky one. And then there's going to be the one that's War of the Lion from the PSP, which is a lot of quality of life. They added some new stuff in it. I think they added 2 new classes. Enhanced version, which is a modern take, probably much easier with quality of life, Final Fantasy Tactics gameplay. I don't know. And it's going to be fully voiced, maybe from the PSP one, and then, of course, graphic, because, again, it's on modern console. But, yes, the rumors are true. Final Fantasy Tactics Evilist Chronicles is real. That's going to come out in September of 2025. And then a new IP called Hirogami, and it's a 3D puzzle adventure, and you're an origami, and you can turn to other origami like animals. That's what they showed in the trailer. Look interesting. We'll just have to wait and see what it is. And then more info on Everybody Hotshot Golf. So in the Nintendo Direct, they announced that game. Yes, this game is going to be multi-platform. Yes, it is owned by Sony, but they hire Namco Bandai to make it third party. So it is what it is. More people play this, more options is always better. Reboots in Awaken. So with that said, they also revealed that if you pre-order the game, you get to play as Pac-Man. But apparently, the way they said, you unlock Pac-Man early. So chances are, if you meet the criteria, you probably can unlock him in the game. I mean, it is what it is there. I mean, whether you like it or not, I love this game, like the Everybody Golf. They go cheap really fast, I can tell you that much. And then more info about Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Yeah, so I didn't even know the developer or the guy who did Blasphemy. Good game. It's like a 2D Dark Souls type game. So they just gave more info, and then it's going to come out this summer. And then this one, was surprised. I was actually surprised. Because if you follow what's happening right now with Neither and Warner Brother games, Mortal Kombat 1 is done. Remember, they showed the Definitive Edition. And then on Twitter, they said they are done. They're only going to be doing some updates and patches and balances and push come to shove. But any new content, they are done. The game is done. I hate to say it, Mortal Kombat 1 is a boring game. And yet, eventually I'm going to give my thoughts about it and why I keep saying that. Because it's a boring game, but stay tuned for that one. So what happened is, they team up with Digital Eclipse to basically announce Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. So as of the trailer, what it is all the 90s Mortal Kombat. So chances are 2D Mortal Kombat game. However, there are some games that they revealed that was from the 3D era, which is Deadly Alliance, but for the Game Boy Advance. So the question is this just going to be just 2D Mortal Kombat game, including the Game Boy Advance? Will it have Mortal Kombat Trilogy? Will it have Sub-Zero Mythology? Who knows? But my guess probably with this Legacy, it is probably going to be just the 2D Mortal Kombat game. Because remember in the past, there was a 2D collection or Mortal Kombat game. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and Ultimate 3 for the PS3. Games for Windows Live and the 360. Of course, they are not backwards compatible. It is what it is. So we just have to wait and see. But the best part for this one, I have to give props for Digital Eclipse. Some of the games will have online and rollback. So finally, a decent way to play the classic Mortal Kombat games online. But we just have to wait and see what are the games in it. Does it include the 3D era Mortal Kombat games, which I prefer, believe it or not, I know. Chances are probably not, because there's already too many Mortal Kombat games. Because remember, it's a lot of 2D Mortal Kombat game on multiple platforms. Digital Eclipse has been doing this. Remember the Disney Collection, and then the Tetris, I think they did that. And some other games. I mean, it is what it is. Jurassic Park. So, no different with Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. With that said, Sony also revealed their own Sony PlayStation 5 sticks. Okay, I'm a bad player. Moving on. So more info about Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. So they showed more of what the game is. Again, it is an enhanced remake, probably quality of life, but when it comes to the voices, they're just using the one from the PS2. But they also revealed, beside the Ape Escape mode, but they also showed it could be an online mode for Metal Gear Solid 3. We just have to wait and see. Again, why are they doing this? Well, the report is that from David Hayter, who is the true voice of Solid Snake, he said that Konami is developing a new Metal Gear Solid game. Whatever it is, we'll just have to wait and see. So maybe the high franchise test. Buy this game, maybe more Metal Gear Solid games in the long run. That there is a new Metal Gear Solid game on the works. What is it? Who knows? And it's going to be starting David Hayter. It is what it is. Interesting. So the next one is from Tecmo Koei. First I thought, hey, are they doing another Samurai War game? I mean, oh boy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do enjoy Musou game, but lately they're just getting old and stale. I know Dynasty Warrior Origin was a good one, so maybe in the long run. And of course, for Nintendo, Age of Imprisonment, Musou prequel game for Tears of the Kingdom. It is what it is, why not? So beside that, Tecmo Koei announced Nioh 3. So this is a Samurai Sengoku era Dark Souls game. And yes, this game, the Nioh series, believe it or not, is a first party game. It is exclusive to Sony. I did not even know that and I thought that Nioh was a third party game, but it wasn't. And an example is Musou All-Star. If you know, it's only a PlayStation exclusive. And I can figure now why, because you get to play as William from Nioh. It is what it is. But again, I'm not really a fan of the Dark Soul type game. I don't really play those. I tried playing Elden Ring, and I'm getting my ass kicked, if you know what I mean. And then Astrobot will have more info coming this fall. New levels and new Astrobot character. One of them is going to be the character from Ghost of Yotei. So interesting there. And then Sword of the Sea. It's an interesting game from Asia. I don't know if it's a free-to-play game. Didn't really see much about it, but looks interesting. It's a pirate game. That's all I can say. We'll just have to wait and see. So classic games for the PlayStation are coming back. So they announced that Twisted Metal 3 and 4 is going to be on the PlayStation Premium subscription, along with the original Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. I guess, yeah, why not? I mean, if they were in the PS3 as PS1, sure. I mean, to some extent, unless you're an uber Resident Evil fan, are you really going to play this? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, for me personally, I'd rather play the remake one. I know Resident Evil 3 is not that good, but I don't know. It's like I can't really go back. It's maybe just me because I'm not really an RE fan, but whatever, options there. If you want to play the classic, there you go. And then, coming to a close, they showed some interesting trailer about these games. First of all, of course, they announced there's going to be a new James Bond game called James Bond First Light. They finally show what it is. Apparently, it's a prequel because you get to play as a young James Bond trying to learn to be a spy. As right now, I think he's in the Navy SEAL. That's the story. I mean, it's a third-person game. You do sneaking. I mean, you're a spy. I mean, that's what it is. And then a bit of a hint about what Ghost of Yotei is. And apparently in the game, you get to have a wolf companion. What does it mean? I don't know. And they do announce that in July there will be some sort of presentation for this game. So I might check it out to see what it is. I mean, yeah, there is a bit of a controversy with the actor. But you know what? If that actor can separate politics to the business, that's fine. It is what it is there. People have their own opinion. Just be, professional about it. But that's a different story there. And then coming to a close with the State of Play of the summer 2025. So first, PlayStation Studios. It's the first party game. And I noticed the vibe was like superhero. And suddenly I see Captain America and Iron Man. And then I saw a Arc System logo. And yes, so Sony is going to be funding an Arc System game that is based on the Marvel franchise. So what it's called is Marvel Token Fighting Soul, coming out in 2026. And yes, it is an Arc System game, but it's a Marvel theme. This is so weird because the first I was like kind of like Max and everyone else. I was even shocked. Like I said, oh my gosh, a Arc System Marvel game. Not on either realm, not Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Arc System is doing a Marvel fighting game in the style of Guilty Gear. So if you played a lot of this Guilty Gear game, you know how the gameplay works. It's probably almost the same thing. I mean, granted, also Dragon Ball FighterZ. And there's a lot of history about this because of the story behind, I think, starting in 2017, 2018 with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Max kind of did a video about it, so if you want to know more, check his video. But the gist of it is, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out in fall of 2018. And then, winter of 2019 was Dragon Ball FighterZ. It overtake Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because, whether you like or not, I even said it, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is a shit pile of shit. The game just sucked overall, to a point that Marvel was not happy, to a point that they did not want to work with Capcom, and Marvel vs. Capcom was just dead. Like that said, it was just Dragon Ball this, Dragon Ball that. And then later on, Marvel vs. Capcom Arcade Classic Collection came out. Apparently, I guess new people are in Capcom and Marvel. So they said, let's try this again. And yeah, in the game itself, and I bought it on Steam, PS4, and Switch. So I'm giving a lot of money to Capcom. And according to Shuhei, the game sold well. So people were guessing it's going to be Marvel vs. Capcom 4, but no. Arc System is doing a Marvel fighting game. It also means that they're not doing any sequel to Dragon Fighters, or a lot of people wish, a Shonen Jump Arc System fighting game. Nope. It's going to be Marvel. And apparently they have like freedom for this game because they can do whatever they want. The sound, what the look of the game is going to be interesting because they even showed like the backstory how this game to be. And apparently they've been working on this game for a long time. So that's why, to some extent, with Dragon Ball Fighters, there wasn't a lot of update after a while. Like they had the rollback, the game went janky. They did a update, really the game so janky to a point that people just they got tired with it. I mean, granted, it was already been like 5 years. And then Marvel just got collection, so they said, oh, hopefully a new Marvel game. That didn't happen, so to some extent, there you go. So my thoughts about that, very interesting. It's not going to come until 2026, but yeah, a lot of people are like, oh my goodness. Sony publishing a Marvel fighting game from Arc System. It's just, boy, that is just something I never really thought it would happen, but it did. So there you go, my thoughts on the state of play of 2025 of summer. Very interesting. I think they are getting the ball rolling with the game. They got games to show, giving reason why PlayStation. Yes, granted, with the first party game, they're not allowed. But there's Astro Bot. They're supporting the game still. Ghost of Yote is coming, I think, this fall, from what I understand. Yeah, those are the only one right now. Yeah, there's no Wolverine yet. I don't know what's going on with that one. And of course, if you follow Marathons in this controversy, that's also a problem. That game might either get delayed or get canceled, but that's a different story there. But as of right now, yes, they don't have a lot of first-party games. They do rely on third-party, which, whether you like or not, it's working. Third-party game also rely on PlayStation to some extent. Again, kind of like the essence of the PS2 era, where the PlayStation 2 dominated that era. Lots of exclusive third-party game. Maybe not so much with the PS5, but enough for people to justify having a PlayStation console. Just saying there. Anyway, there you go. My thoughts about it. If I would give a grade for this one, I would give it, actually, believe it or not, an 8 out of 10. Yes, because there were a lot of games for me, info that I wanted to know, and they have a lot of potential. We'll just have to wait and see. So with that, I'll see you guys later.